Hello and welcome to Pilates with Tal. I'm going to take you through a little posture series today. So let's get started. We're going to start on our hands and knees in a tabletop position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and then start to arch the spine. And then curve. Arch and curve for 3. Pair one movement with an inhale, the other with an exhale for 2. Last one. And then pause in a neutral spine. Lift your right arm up towards the ceiling, thread it through. Reach up, moving through the thoracic spine for 2. And then on your last one, land that right shoulder and your ear on the mat. Wiggle them away from one another so that you're not too shrugged in. And then breathe here. Breathe into the space that lives between the shoulder blades. And then option to take your left hand, place it on your low back, and send that left shoulder slightly higher towards the ceiling. For 3, 2, on that last inhale, drop the left hand down, push yourself into it, right fingertips up towards the ceiling again, and then lower back down. We'll do the same thing on the left side. So lift and thread, 2, last one. Thread that arm through, drop your shoulder, drop your ear. And then first feel the twist. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. And then place your right hand on your low back or on your opposite hip and then lift that shoulder up towards the ceiling. For 2. Next inhale, drop that right hand, push into it. Left fingertips reach, and then lower that hand back down. So next you're gonna walk your knees back, lower yourself onto your belly, and then just let your feet go, tops of the feet flat on the mat. You're gonna take one hand, stack it on top of the other, and then just take a moment with your forehead on your hands. From here, you're gonna slightly tuck your pelvis in, push the tops of your feet in towards the mat, and then lift your head a couple inches up and lower back down. Think about the movement coming from your upper middle spine, from that same part of the spine that we just mobilized in our thread the needles. And in 2, I'll give you an add-on option. Last one, hold at the top, lower back down, and then glue your hands to your forehead. Lift everything up a couple inches and lower back down. Lift and lower. Only go as high as you can go without the low back activating. And try to make this slow, mindful, with no momentum. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Keep your gaze lowered. Take your arms out into a cactus. You're going to lower your elbows and hands down towards the mat and lift back up. Lower and lift. Option, if you have weights close by and like to use them in your practice, you can grab one in each hand and continue just like that. So that's just an option. I'm gonna go without it. Really what you wanna be paying attention to here is the shoulder blades closing in on each other on the lift and let that go on the lower. You're here for 3. On the last 2, see if you wanna lift your legs as your hands lift. 2, 1. Keep your legs lifted, keep your elbows and hands lifted. From here, you're gonna reach forward with your fingers, row your elbows in towards your sides. Reach and row, really pointing through the toes so that you can reach your legs nice and long, far away from the body. And if you want to add on even more, the next time you row your elbows in towards, you can lift your chest and lower, lift and lower. Imagine you're pulling something in towards you and pushing something away. Pull and push for 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands directly under your shoulders. You can lower your toes. And from here, keep your elbows glued in towards your side body. Your elbows are pointing back, and you're gonna lift the chest a couple inches and lower back down. Lift, lower, for 3, 2, 1. You're gonna pause and hover the hands off the mat. From here, you're gonna lower the hands and lift, lower and lift. Very small, subtle movement here for 5, 4, option to lift the toes off the mat for 3, 2, 1. Keep your legs where they are and then swim your arms back behind you. Palms are facing in towards your body. You're gonna lower your feet, lower your hands, and then lower your shoulders. And then lift the shoulders, reach the hands, and from here you're gonna pulse the arms up, up, up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the arms where they are, lift the legs. You're gonna pulse up with your right leg, up with your left leg, keep going just like that. And then start to add your opposite arm as if you're swimming. Obviously you'd be swimming with arms reaching forward and not back, but just something to use with your imagination. For 3, 2, 1, bring everything back in for a moment, pause. And then when you're ready, hands come back under the shoulders, and then take them just about 2 palm prints further out from your body. So they're in line with your shoulders, and then you're gonna start to wave your spine, come up, and then lower it down, unravel through the spine. See if you wanna come up on your fingertips, but if that's not comfortable, you can always come on your palms. Maybe you want to add in a little spinal rotation the next time you lower your right shoulder dips towards the mat. You look towards your left shoulder, come back up, lower the left shoulder, look towards the right. We'll do 2 more on each side. Last one. And then lower all the way down, reach your hands forward of you. So there may be about 3 palm prints forward of your shoulders. Your forearms are on the mat, but the upper arms are lifted. From here, we're gonna press into the palms, find a little bit more height through the upper back, through the arms, through the underarms, lower the forearms back down. Lift and lower. So your elbow creases are facing in towards one another. This is really subtle, but hopefully you're feeling it in your upper back, in your underarms. And then if you want to add on a little more, the next time you lift, your legs come up as well. For 3, 2, 1, pause at the top, we're gonna hold here. From here, we're gonna play around with moving our hands. So bring your right hand in, left hand in, right hand in, left hand in, right arm reaches, left hand reaches, right reaches, left reaches. Keep going just like that. The trick here is staying as stable as possible in the rest of the body as you're shifting your weight from side to side. If you want to add on even more, you're gonna keep the hands hovered as they come in, out, 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 in. Let's keep going. A couple rounds of breath here to close this off. Keep your chest lifted. 3, 2, 1. Pause, reach your arms and toes away from one another. Externally rotate so that your hands reach the outer corners of your mat. So do your toes. Lower everything back down. Reach the right arm, left leg. Lower, left arm, right leg. Lower, and keep going. Keep your gaze lowered. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands in under your shoulders. Bring your toes in towards one another. Push yourself up into a child's pose. And that's your little posture series. Feel free to push into your hands to get an extra stretch through the upper back, through the underarms. For 3, 2, 1, slowly wave forward into your tabletop. One last cat-cow to flush everything out. And that is your posture series. Thanks for moving with me.